Can we please talk about the absolute masterclass in psychological manipulation that Deanna McBride is putting on right now? I mean, I knew she was smart. I knew she was grieving the tragic loss of her father, Doug, but I had no idea she was capable of playing 4D chess with a seasoned, ruthless casino boss like Joey Armstrong. Joey thinks he is the smartest guy in the room, the untouchable mob mastermind who can get away with staging fatal accidents and ruining innocent lives. But guess what, Joey? You have officially walked right into a massive, inescapable trap set by a grieving daughter who has absolutely nothing left to lose. Deanna is coming for blood, and I am here for every single second of it. Are you guys seeing this? She is playing him like a cheap fiddle, and he doesn't even realize the melody he is hearing is his own funeral dirge. Let's break down this absolute genius move with the letter. Deanna planted that damning letter in Doug's box of camping gear. Shikani, her mother, Vanessa, was going to bring that exact box over to Joey's apartment. She orchestrated the entire thing from the shadows. The letter explicitly stated that if anything happened to Doug, Joey was the one responsible. It was a direct, terrifying accusation from beyond the grave. And what did Joey do when he found it? He panicked, he read it in secret, and he burned it. He literally set fire to the evidence, thinking he had dodged a massive bullet and outsmarted a dead man. But here is the brilliant part of this entire scheme. Deanna, K-N-E-W, he would destroy it. She didn't want the police to find it. She wanted to test Joey's reaction. And the absolute kicker? Deanna knows for a fact that Joey read it and destroyed it in secret because Vanessa is still acting like a totally oblivious, love-struck teenager. If Vanessa had seen that letter, she would have confronted Joey, or at least acted weird. But no, Vanessa is still treating Joey like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. This confirms to Deanna, without a shadow of a doubt, that Joey is hiding his guilt. It is pure, unadulterated genius. Speaking of Vanessa, I am going to lose my absolute mind watching this woman. Is anyone else screaming at their TV screen? How can a mother be so incredibly blind to the monster sleeping in her bed? Vanessa brought that box of Doug's belongings over to Joey's place and didn't even care to look through it herself. She doesn't care about the final memories of her deceased husband, the father of her only child. All she cares about is Joey's affection, Joey's validation, and the thrill of Joey's dangerous lifestyle. She is so wrapped up in this toxic, twisted romance that she is completely ignoring the massive, glaring red flags waving right in front of her face. Deanna is watching her mother cozy up to the man who literally ordered the hit on her father, and Vanessa is just smiling and planning romantic getaways to Napa Valley. It makes me sick to my stomach, but it also fuels Deanna's fire. Deanna is watching her mother be played, and she is using that exact blindness to fuel her revenge plot. Vanessa's ignorance is the perfect, tragic shield for Deanna's master plan. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane, shall we? Because we cannot forget why Deanna is doing this. Doug McBride did not just trip and fall. His death was a calculated, cold-blooded murder staged to look like a tragic accident. Joey orchestrated the whole thing to cover up his involvement in Kenny's murder. Joey thought he could just wipe Doug off the chessboard and seamlessly slide into Vanessa's bed, taking over the McBride family like some twisted substitute patriarch. The sheer arrogance of this man to kill a father and then play stepdaddy to his grieving daughter. It is sickening. Deanna loved her father more than anything in this world. Doug was her rock, her confidant, her hero. Losing him shattered her universe, and finding out that the man sleeping next to her mother is the one who pulled the strings, that kind of trauma doesn't just make you sad, it makes you lethal. Deanna isn't just seeking justice. She is seeking absolute earth-scorching vengeance, and Joey has no idea the storm that is brewing right inside his own living room. And that brings us to the dinner from hell. Oh my word. The tension during that dinner scene at Joey's apartment was so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Deanna shows up playing the role of the sweet, forgiving daughter who just wants to make peace with her mother's new boyfriend. She is smiling. She is complimenting Joey's cooking videos. She is ordering his favorite Tuscany wine. It is a performance worthy of an Oscar. Joey is sitting there across the table, trying to read her, trying to figure out if she is genuine or if she has an ulterior motive. He is sweating bullets on the inside, but he is trying to maintain that cool mob boss exterior. But Deanna is completely in control of the narrative. She is dictating the pace of the conversation. She is dropping little hints, and she is watching Joey squirm in his seat. I was literally on the edge of my seat, biting my nails, waiting for someone to snap, but then the Tuscan pin. This is the moment my jaw hit the floor and rolled out the door. Joey, trying to be clever and regain control of the conversation, brings up the Tuscany pin that was in Doug's belongings. He thinks he's making casual conversation, trying to gauge what Deanna knows and asserting his dominance. But he just played right into her hands. By mentioning that pin, Joey just admitted that he snooped through Doug's box of stuff. He admitted that he looked through the items before Vanessa even had a chance to. Deanna's trap snapped shut right then and there. He essentially confessed to intercepting Doug's belongings. But wait, it gets so much crazier. Hold on to your hats, people, because that Tuscan pin is not just a piece of jewelry. It is a micro-listening device planted by Deanna. Yes, you heard me right. Deanna bugged Joey Armstrong. I am literally screaming at the top of my lungs. Let's just pause and absorb the magnitude of this revelation. Deanna McBride, this young woman grieving her father, has successfully planted a wire inside the home of one of the most dangerous men in Fairmont Crest. Joey brought the bug into his own home, completely oblivious to the fact that his every word is now being broadcast directly to the daughter of the man he murdered. This is next level espionage. Deanna is going to hear everything. She is going to hear his phone calls, his secret meetings, his private, shady conversations with Randy Parker. Joey thinks he is so secure in his little fortress, but his walls have ears, and those ears belong to a girl who wants him utterly destroyed. I cannot even begin to express how hyped I am for this. Who else is jumping up and down right now? This is the greatest plot twist of the season. We have to talk about that moment when Deanna stepped outside the apartment during the dinner. She praised Joey's cooking, smiled sweetly at her mother, and then walked out the door for a moment of fresh air. The second that door closed, the facade dropped. The look of pure, unadulterated fury on her face, the absolute disgust radiating from her eyes, she had to physically remove herself from the room because she was sitting across the table from her father's killer, eating his food, breathing his air, and pretending everything was fine. The emotional toll this is taking on her must be astronomical. She stepped outside to catch her breath, to let the rage wash over her, and to confirm to herself that she is doing the right thing. In that moment, she verified everything. Joey is the killer. Joey is the monster. And Joey is going to pay. The acting in this scene was phenomenal. You could feel her pain, her grief, and her terrifying determination radiating through the screen. And Joey? Oh, Joey, you absolute fool. He actually thinks he is outsmarting her. He doesn't suspect the pin is a bug. He doesn't suspect the letter was a deliberate trap. He is so arrogant that he thinks he can just tie up loose ends by sending his henchman, Randy Parker, to do his dirty work. Joey actually fell for the trap and ordered Randy to search through the rest of Doug's belongings. He wants to know if Doug had a safe, if Doug left any other evidence behind. Joey is panicking, and panic makes people sloppy. He is making moves based on fear, and Deanna is sitting back, listening to every single desperate order he gives through that Tuscan pin. It is the ultimate poetic justice. The puppet master is now the puppet, and Deanna is pulling the strings with a smile on her face. Think about what Deanna is going to hear through that listening device. She is going to hear Joey ordering Randy to search Doug's stuff. She is going to hear the exact moment Joey implicates himself in the cover-up. This is exactly what she needs. She needs hard evidence. She needs a confession, or at the very least, she needs enough information to completely shatter Vanessa's illusion of Joey. When Deanna hears Joey talking to Randy about Doug's safe, she is going to know exactly where Randy is going to strike next. This gives her the ultimate tactical advantage. She knows his playbook before he even calls the play. She is 10 steps ahead of them, and they are walking blindly into a minefield. So, what is Deanna's next move? Because she isn't just going to sit there and listen. If she knows Randy is coming to search Doug's remaining belongings, she is going to set another trap. I am calling it right now. Guys, Deanna is going to plant fake evidence. She is going to leave something specifically for Randy to find, something that will send Joey into a total tailspin. Maybe a fake ledger? Maybe another letter detailing Joey's crimes? Maybe a recording? Whatever it is, she is going to manipulate the evidence to force Joey into a corner. She wants Joey to feel the walls closing in on him. She wants him to make a massive, undeniable mistake in front of Vanessa. She's orchestrating his downfall piece by piece, and it is a masterpiece of revenge. Deanna's ultimate goal here is crystal clear. She wants a full confession. She wants Joey to admit out loud, where she can record it or where Vanessa can hear it, that he ordered Kenny's murder and that he staged Doug's fatal accident. She wants him to say the words, and with that micro listening device planted right in his living room, she might actually get it. Can you imagine the scene? Joey, stressed out, pacing the floor, yelling at Randy and accidentally blurting out the truth about Doug's death while Deanna is listening on the other end with tears of vindication in her eyes. It would be television gold. I am praying to the soap opera gods that this is how it goes down. It would be the most satisfying payoff in Beyond the Gates history. But guys, we have to take a step back and look at the terrifying reality of this situation. Deanna is playing a ridiculously dangerous game. Joey Armstrong is not a man you mess with. He is a ruthless, violent criminal who has people killed without a second thought. If he finds out that Deanna bugged his apartment, if he finds out that she planted that letter and is actively trying to destroy him, he will not hesitate to eliminate her. Deanna's walking into the lion's den wearing a suit made of meat. The stakes have literally never been higher. Every time she smiles at him, every time she listens to that bug, she is risking her life. I am so terrified for her, but I am also in absolute awe of her bravery. She is doing this for Doug. She is doing this for justice. She is a warrior. And when the truth finally explodes, and you know it will, it always does in Fairmont Crest, what on earth is going to happen to Vanessa? This woman has tied her entire identity to Joey. She has defended him. She has ignored her daughter's pain for him. She has looked the other way at his criminal empire. When Deanna finally plays that recording, or when Joey's true face is exposed, Vanessa is going to be utterly destroyed. The betrayal is going to shatter her world into a million. And honestly, I don't know if the mother-daughter relationship can survive this. Vanessa chose a murderer over her grieving daughter. Deanna might save her mother from Joey, but she might never forgive her for being so blind in the first place. The emotional fallout of this storyline is going to be absolutely devastating, and I am already preparing the tissues. This is exactly why we watch Beyond the Gates, people. The drama, the suspense, the absolute psychological warfare. Deanna McBride has officially become the MVP of this season, and I will defend her to the ends of the earth. But what do you guys think? Is Deanna going to pull this off? Or is Joey going to figure out he's being played? What is Randy going to find in Doug's belongings? Will the listening device catch Joey's confession? Let me know all your craziest theories in the comments down below. I need to know. I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on all the Fairmont Crest madness. Until next time, stay safe and keep watching the gates.